Hip Hop We here on deck, man, and I got my returning guest. I got Rob, Dan the Man, Deme D in the building. This is If You Ask Me, where we talk that music and movie culture. And right now we're gonna do a segment. I've done a few of these where we're gonna have a whole episode about a particular artist. I kind of changed the dynamics on this one a little bit. I usually speak on artists that I am a major fan of as well, that I love and revere as well. This episode though, we're going to talk about artists that these two gentlemen love. I mean, I'm a fan of them as well, but I'm not as knowledgeable as I usually am. We're going to talk about the Roots, man. And the Roots are a group from Philly. You know, Black Thought, the main lyricist, but they have Malik B, Dice Raw. They've worked with Scotch Torch. You know, Questlove is the face of the group as well. And has done a lot of the production, right? A lot of that. I'm not sure how many albums they got. I know they got about 6, 7. So we're going to talk about the Roots, man. And I'm going to start off where I know these guys are, you know, one of your favorite groups, right? Both of you. Where do you have them rank amongst your favorite groups? Start with you, Dan.
So I do like the Roots. They are up there because of Black Thought. A lot of it has to do with them. Just like in terms of bars, I really think
It's nice as hell.
Nobody goes over an instrumental beat better than Black Thought for some reason. I don't know why. He just kills it every freaking time. So it's like, oops, pardon my French, but
Nah, this is hip hop, man. Get your curse on.
but yeah. So, but the only thing with the Roots is I probably would rank them behind Wu, Gangstar, and maybe UGK if I had to.
Okay, I mean that's not
As a group,
bad list.
as a group,
It's not a bad list.
it's not. I mean, you know, they're still in the top 4. I'd put them in, but it's like, you know, in terms of like groups,
Wu-Tang, man.
Wu-Tang, and you gotta also give it up to like Guru. I mean, you know, they just, I don't know. I feel like that genre always like, it always got to like, you know what I mean, like it always got to a point where like you would really enjoy hearing the beat, the melody, the instrumental part of it, because that was also a big factor of it. Like the Roots was just the whole fact that you would have an instrumental band, like you have
Right, because there's not that many groups in hip hop with that, right?
They also had Rozelle, which is kind of
about the beatbox. Yeah,
like he was also like real nice with it as well.
You got Captain Kirk,
Mm-hmm.
shreds on the guitar, really underrated guitarist too. I think you know, the individual members of the Roots sometimes get shrouded by the overall thing with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, did they give them I don't know. Did they give them a chance to shine? I don't feel like after Questlove, they really shine the light on the rest of the band members.
I feel like Black Thought is like realizing that like they all need to branch off their own way or something, because like he's been doing like the Stream of Consciousness albums and the
solos are crazy.
And but I don't know. I mean, with Questlove, you know, he does his thing. I'm not going to deny that. He DJs, he hustles, bro. He hustles. He DJs every night every week at Brooklyn Bowl. He's on the Fallon Show. He's always a personality, always a personable person. He does interviews. He does, you know, he's one of the harder working people, I'm going to say, in just entertainment in general.
Kind of gets overlooked. To my understanding, that's his brainchild, right? The Roots is like his brainchild.
That was his concept, pretty much.
Right, his thing, right?
Yeah, he wanted the MC, but he wanted that live band feel, and he wanted pretty much you to feel the whole liveness of the group, especially when he did a live show. Like, it's amazing. They could just go into like Mobb Deep easily.
Because they have real instrumentalists, like they're real musicians. So, so I mean, so where do you have them ranked amongst your groups?
I don't have them in front of Wu.
I mean,
That's kind of rough.
I mean, does anyone go, not to shift the subject, does anyone go before Wu? I know there's Run DMC and all that shit.
I gotta where Outkast would be for me, like right there, because like they have like a certain distinct sound. Like, you know Outkast when you hear Outkast. When you hear you know the Roots when you hear the Roots, because as soon as Black Thought comes on, or Malik B, whoever starts that verse off is gonna set the tone and the tempo for that song.
Nah, true. So What was the project or album that turned you into a fan, or was it multiple albums?
Well, it's multiple because like, do you want more was the first one, and I heard people singing the hook to a certain song, and I always looked. I was like, yo, whose hook is that? And they were singing the hook to Proceed, and I was like, yo, heard it on Rap City, listen to that, got the album, listened to it, and then I became a fan. And when Philadelphia Half-Life came out,
That's the one though.
to
me,
yes,
that's the
that
one.
had everything on it.
I think that had. Okay, before I even go there, I'm gonna let chime in.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Do You Want More was the first I heard, but what really made me become a fan, I'm gonna say, is Things Fall Apart.
That was a big album for them.
Yep, that was Beanie Siegel's also like his first appearance on anything.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a
it
big
was
album for them.
that album just was monumental. It was. I mean, just in terms of like how it flowed, how it felt, just listening to it. That's what I like. It was the Soulquarian vibe that you needed, that you wanted at that moment, and it was like, man, this just hits. This just hits all the right notes, man. And that's what, Adrenaline, Next Movement, Dynamite, all those tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, the Next Movement was probably like the one that I was just like, that one gets you up and like moving. That one's like, it's
They had a
almost
few
got
more
a
features
vibe.
than they usually did too,
Yeah,
so I kind of
that
like
too.
that they branched out a little bit. I think that helped them too. So overall, I mean, y'all mentioned their production. What's your thoughts on it? Because a lot of people, even me included, I feel like a lot of their production is kind of like, it's mostly laid back. There's nothing really, and I know that's their style. There's nothing really in your face or really amped up or really too hard hitting. What's your thought on their production? I feel like Philadelphia Life is their best produced album though. But what's your thoughts on their overall production?
Overall production, I would put him around like Pete Rock, because Pete Rock also has that same laid back vibe.
Right.
It's very jazzy. It's pretty much jazz club.
Right, because
like,
it's real instruments,
Yeah, exactly.
so yeah, it makes sense.
especially when you hear like a horn section. When the motherfuckers have a horn section, that shit's crazy.
You don't
Like,
get that too
nah.
often. You ain't getting that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with the Pete Rock vibe. They had a lot of jazz. They had a lot of like instruments. I'd also throw in a Tribe Called Quest and a few other groups of that golden era in the '90s. But like other than that, like they really took that golden era and like showed people what could be made of it. I feel like they really they took the bars and took it to a next level.
And we didn't even mention it. They from Philly, Philly, Philadelphia. And I don't think what you have with Just Ice? Like who's out? Were they not the Trailblazers? I know you had Just Ice.
Schoolie D.
My bad, Schoolie D. I'm thinking Schoolie D. Right? Are they before the Youngsters?
Yeah.
Before the
That-
youngsters?
Before the youngsters,
Yeah,
So,
definitely, definitely.
They kind of blazed the trail for. You got Will Smith and you got Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff,
Oh, yeah.
of course. but-
It's kind of hard to put up that.
Listen, a
put
lot
it
of
up.
this shit is like 25 years ago, so
Yeah.
even more than that, 30, 35 years
Right.
ago. But yeah, you had DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, but for the most part, it's
You didn't have no Meek Mill though yet.
nah,
You know what I mean?
it wasn't no Beanie Siegel, and Philly
They-
wasn't
they-
prevalent
they were,
yet.
They were definitely coming though.
Yeah, they was.
It was
I
on the way.
love the Youngsters. That's one of my favorite, and I feel like they're overlooked, but they were repping Philly as well. Yeah, you had the roots. There wasn't too much Philly going on at that time, so shout out to them for that. And tune in, let us know, what if you're a Roots fan, let us know what album you like and what you feel about their production. Black Thought as an MC, Malik B, who's overlooked, even Dice Raw to a certain extent. We're gonna close it out there, man. If you ask me, hit that red button, man. Subscribe, like, follow me on Twitter, man. The Go Get a TV.